Showtime! It's showtime! It is showtime. We are ready to go here. We got things set up, so it's taking us a little bit while. We were supposed to start at 8 o'clock, but as usual, we got busy talking and yakking about things like two old biddies. And we finally decided, yes, we should probably get things ready. So we did get things ready. Phoenix, how you doing tonight?
Oh, it's been a day, that's for sure.
Oh, you missed your excitement again. I forgot. That's right. It's been a couple weeks. Last time we got together, we played Aeon Zen. How did it go?
It looked a little bit dicey for a little bit there, but we got past Rageborn.
Yeah, we dominated Rageborn there at the end. I don't know what happened. I think it was, like I said, there was that one turn where he flipped up a card and his special power didn't do any damage. And the next card he flipped up didn't do anything. So we had like a one full turn to just like breathe and not have anything happen. And we just, after that, it was like over.
Yeah.
It was good. So who are we going? Well, I should share my screen.
That would be moderately helpful.
Let's see. Should we do it like this? There we go. Who are we going against today?
We are going against the Carapace Queen, 60 health, which is all set on the Nemesis health dial up here. As far as her special stuff on her card, whenever the keyword Unleash comes up on cards in the Nemesis deck, we'll place 2 husks into play, and we'll come back to talking about the husks. But we have additional rules to go through as well. Each husk is a minion that has 1 life. When a husk is placed into play, place it into the next available space on the husk track. When a player deals damage to a husk, that player may suffer 1 damage to distribute the damage dealt over multiple husks. And if Carapace Queen has 15 husks in play and must place another into play, Gravehold suffers a damage instead.
Yes. Not good. Okay. Do you want to tell us about the husk track?
That's what brings us the Unleash that brings us back to the husk track. So a keyword that I'm expecting to be on pretty much every Carapace Queen card in the Nemesis deck is Swarm. So when Carapace Queen swarms, we count the number of husks in play and resolve the following. She currently starts with 2 in play as part of setup. If we have 0 to 3, we place 4 more husks into play. 4 to 6, any player discards a prepped spell and place 2 husks into play. 7 to 10 husks, Gravehold suffers 5 damage. 11 to 12, the player with the lowest life suffers 3 damage and discard a husk. 13 plus, the players lose the game.
I can't remember which expansion she came out or which box she came out in, but I remember playing against her, and I remember I did not like her at all.
Base game, I think she was in, if I remember correctly.
Which one?
Base game.
Was it the base game? Okay.
I think so.
I don't question you. I'm not sure. In fact, let's look it up. I remember I was thinking it was the Zappy one. No, it looks like she does come in the base game. Strategies. There's a whole section on strategies. We should probably read that, Phoenix.
That would probably be moderately helpful.
But it looks like she did come in the base game, which I find surprising. Okay, I remember I did not like her, and I keep calling her because she's a queen. Let's look at our characters, and we'll look at our terrible tableau or our
market. Yeah,
market.
Pretty bad market from the looks of it, actually. Anywho, once again, I'm playing Mist, the Void Walker. My 1 starts open. My 2 starts to the left, 3 and 4 start at the bottom. You can pay either the focus cost to rotate the breach to closer to being open, or pay the ether cost on the inside to open it outright. So my 2 would cost 3 right now to open outright. My 3 would cost me 7 ether. My 4 would cost me 10. My special ability, once I get 6 charges, is Exalted Brand. I cast up to 3 different spells prepped by any number of players. For each spell cast this way, I place that spell into any ally's hand.
Very nice. 10 life. You are going to be player 1.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to play somebody different. I'm going to go out on a limb and try something different today. I'm going to play Jax. I'm not sure. What would you say, Jix or Jax?
I would say Jax probably.
Let's go with Jax. All right. I'm going to be player 2. I start with no breach at 1. I start with an open breach 2. My level 3 breach is down, and my level 4 breach is down. I have a special ability called Vinecraft Oath. When I get 5
charges.
Things. What?
Charges.
Thank you. Activate during your main phase. Destroy up to 2 cards in your discard pile that costs 0 ether. And an ally draws a card and gains 2 life. So a little bit of healing for you, Phoenix.
And I was going to say, once again, to clarify for those of you who are new to Aeon's End, when a card references ally, it's another player, so it's never yourself who gets the benefit of anything that says an ally.
Yep, and there's our starting hands, and we have our blah. Just absolutely terrible market. Go over our market for us, please.
That's an understatement. We've got a breach ore for 4 ether, which is our first gem. We either gain 2 ether or focus our closed breach with the lowest cost. But yeah, this market's very expensive. Clouded Sapphire for 6, gain 3 ether. If this is the first time you have played Clouded Sapphire this turn, any ally gains a charge. And then we have a Scoria Slag for 4 ether, gain 2 ether, and if the Nemesis tier is 2 or higher, gain an additional 1.
Would you do me a favor and move that to the middle?
Of course.
I like to do them by cost.
That makes sense.
So that way it's easier for me to look up there and go, oh, okay, 4, 4, 6. Okay, I know what I can afford. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you. Go ahead.
That makes sense. And as far as our relics, once again, we have the Mage's Totem for 2 ether. Destroy a gem or relic you played this turn, or destroy this. Gravehold gains 1 life. Doesn't seem all that useful with our market being as expensive as it is.
Although that is a good way to keep Gravehold alive, and you will notice that Gravehold will suffer 5 damage if she gets up to 7 and 10 hosts. That could be very valuable. And it only costs 2, so...
True.
I don't know. We'll see.
I think the jury's out on that one in this game. As far as our next relic is concerned, we've got a dimensional key for 8 ether. Either any ally draws 2 cards, or destroy this, suffer 1 damage, and place a card in play from the Nemesis deck on top of the Nemesis deck. Seems like just a stall at first glance, but we'll see if we even look at that one for 8 ether.
8 to draw 2 cards seems very expensive.
Highly. And then our spells. First up, we've got Darkfire for 5 ether. When you cast it, discard up to 2 cards in hand. Deal 3 damage for each card you discard this way. So if you've got 2 junk cards in your hand, toss them to this and deal a lot of damage, hopefully. And you're wanting to do the same thing that we did earlier.
Yes, sir. Thank you. There we go.
Right, so we just went through Darkfire. Now we're back up here with an Inner Fire for 2. It's got Link, which is explained in parentheses. 2 spells with Link may be prepped to the same breach. On a cast, deal 1 damage. If the Nemesis tier is 2 or higher, deal 1 additional damage. One other thing I do want to mention, again, for anybody new to Aeon's End, if you've got that prepped to a breach that has like a +1 damage on it, that's 2 separate this is 2 separate instances of damage. So it would deal extra damage on both instances of the damage.
That's a great point. That is a really good point. So that 2 costs could actually be pretty good value. What is our Nemesis rank, actually? Does it tell us? It's locked. Hang on, let me see if I can flip it over.
I don't see anything about unless the 3 on the right side is something like a rank. That wouldn't make sense.
3 on the right.
So if you flip it back over, see how it's got a 3 up here by the Carapace Queen's name? I don't know if that's like a rank you're thinking of, or...
No, that just might be its difficulty rank. But let me see. Let's see what we got here. I'm looking at our strategy guide here.
The one that might as well be saying give up at this point, looking at our market. Well, we haven't even finished going through the market yet.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. We will assume it's okay. Go ahead.
Coming back to the market, we've got a Feral Lightning for 5 ether. This spell may be prepped to a closed breach without focusing it. Cast to deal 3 damage. You wouldn't get any bonuses if you prep it to a closed breach, obviously, but can be useful to potentially prep it to a closed breach. Then another Conduit for 7. On cast, reveal a card in your hand that costs 2 ether or more. If you do, deal damage equal to the number of cards missing in that card's supply pile. Then, any ally may gain a card from that supply pile. Gem supply piles start with 7 cards. Relic and spell supply cards start with 5.
So deal damage equal to the number of cards missing. So what we should do if we're planning on using this is to spam through one of these stacks so we can
make the best use.
Yeah, but it's got to cost at least 2. So like a good combo would be get a whole bunch of these and then get these.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking out loud. Okay. It's definitely going to be a challenge, I think, on this one.
Yes,
but we're going to give it a go, and we're going to do our best. That's all we can do.
Indeed.
All right. So you've got our turn order deck set up, correct?
Why don't you actually right-click on that and click on search so I can explain the differences on the turn order deck. Should be just perfect.
Yep, I got it.
So the turn order deck it amounts to the same thing that we did the last time, but I actually remembered to click the number of players down before I clicked to start setting everything up. So the way that the turn order deck's laid out is we've got a number for each player. We've got a card for each player in the game. In this case, there are 2-player 1s, 2-player 2s, and the Nemesis turn. So whichever card comes out of the turn order deck that'll be that player's turn essentially.
Beautiful. Except for I need to get something to drink before we start.
Of course.
So if you don't mind, I will take a quick 20-second break. You can shuffle some decks up. People can look at some of the characters on the board.
Okay.
As promised, only a 15-second quick get.
Delightful.
All right. So there's a lot of characters, a lot of enemies to play, a lot of content for this game, and this module does a pretty good job. So looking forward to seeing if we can find a way. All right. Let's go ahead and get started.
All right. First turn out of the turn order deck is one of mine.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that convenient?
It is indeed. So normally you'd start with the casting phase, but as it's the first turn of the game, I've got nothing prepped. So I will go into my main phase next. I'll prep a spark to my 1 breach. I've got 4 ether to prepare or to buy. And I've got an amethyst paragon as well, where I gain another ether, and any ally, that would be you, Jester, can prep a spell in hand to their opened or closed breaches.
Ooh, really? I will do that.
And given that our market is obscenely expensive for 4 ether, I think I better start grabbing gems right away. I think we're going to grab one of these breach ores.
Okay, just keep in mind, I have a special ability for my character that I may place the top card of any ally's discard pile into my hand. So, that's could be interesting if we want to try to set it. Because here's the thing, my special ability is about getting rid of those 0-cost cards. So I can take all your 0-cost cards, put them into my hand, and then get rid of them with my special ability.
Right.
So I might be able to thin your deck for you.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I am still going to take the Breach Ore just because, again, our market is so expensive. We need to get ether fast.
Yes, I agree. Completely agree.
I will stack it like that. Draw up to 5. And we'll flip over another card from the turn order deck over to the Nemesis.
Great.
So we start with anything that's already in play from oldest to newest. But we'll have our first card. We've got an Agony Field. To discard, destroy a card in your hand that costs 2 or more. Power 2, Unleash. Any player discards 3 cards in hand and then draws 1. So we'll grab a die for that because it's probably going to be a lot easier to track that. Then you
destroy a card in hand that costs 2 or more, and then power 2, Unleash. Any player discards 3 cards and then draws a card. Okay, got it. All right.
Flipping over the next card from the turn order deck. Hey, it's over to you.
It's me. Well, I will spark. Let's just kill off that little dude on the board there.
Seems reasonable.
I will then I will gain 4 ether, and I will take. Is this you may place the top card of any ally's discard pile into your hand. So I will take your crystal, put it into my hand. So I literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, you say? Yes, I say. Hmm. 5. 5 is not 6, unfortunately.
No,
I would like the 6. And I would definitely need ether. Unfortunately, I'm going to just spend 4 on the Breach Opal, I think. And I will discard all. No, you go down here. Lovely. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I will be done.
All right. Flipping over the next card from the turn order deck. Back to you.
Back to me. All right. I got a spark I can prep. I have 4. 4 is the loneliest number.
Well, 4 does buy 2 of our gems, though.
4 buys what?
2 of our gems.
2 of our gems.
2 of our gems cost 4 ether, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Actually, yes. Right. 4 also buys 2 inner fires.
That's true.
I'm going to buy 2 inner fires. I think that is what I'm going to do. All right. And I am done.
Okay.
That didn't work well, did it? There we go. All right. Then I
should be just the button.
Discard. Yep. Okay. Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely.
All right. And we're back to the Nemesis.
Boo.
Agony Field ticks down, and we flip a card over from the Nemesis deck. Woven Sky. To discard 3 cards in hand. Power 2, Unleash. Any player suffers 4 damage.
Wow. Any player can't. 4 damage is a lot of damage. That's crazy.
Well, unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to deal with that right away, even though that's going to kill most of my turn. because I agree. The unleash isn't so bad, but the 4 damage part is a huge problem. So I think we'll start by sparking with only 1 husk in play right now. I think we can point a little bit of damage, at least to the Carapace Queen, start working on her a little bit. Then I'll prep a spark. And as much as I don't like it, I think I'm going to discard 3 cards to get rid of that Woven Sky, because we cannot take 4 damage.
I agree. I hate for you to do it, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
Indeed. And I'll end up with a lingering spark in hand. So I will draw 4 cards, and that'll bring us back through the Nemesis deck, or the turn order deck. Oh, shuffle that, and now we'll draw. Over to you.
Me. Lovely. I'm going to spark that little bastard. The little guy.
Okay.
Let's get rid of him. Let's clean that out. All right. Then I'm going to prep a spark. Then I am going to... Ooh, I'm going to actually have quite a bit here because I'm going to... Oh, you don't have anything in your discard pile.
I just had to flip it.
That's great.
But it is a you may.
Huh?
It is a you may on your Shattered G.
Yeah. Yeah, and you don't have any, so that's all right. So I got 2, 3, 4, 5 again. What's up with the 5s?
Let's see. 5 buys are bigger gems, or cheaper relic, inner fire. Actually, in all but 1 of our spells.
Yeah. Just not thrilled. Yeah, we're gonna take another breach ore. We're gonna need some money here, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Hate to do it, but we'll do that, and then we'll do this, and then we'll do this, and I will be done. Thank you so much.
Okay. And while you're drawing up, it'll be over to me.
That worked out pretty good.
Spark will go at the Carapace Queen for another 1 damage. Let's see. Looking at this.
Oh, you know what? Shoot, I was gonna. I forgot all about that. Gosh darn it. Destroy a card in hand that costs 2 or more. Did I have anyone that had cost 2 or more?
I don't think
I do have a 2-cost card, so if I can get another one, I can. He's got to go twice before this will activate, right?
1 more time. It came out. That was the very first card that came out for the Carapace Queen. So the next time it's going to go off. So
the next time.
Which, as much as I don't like it, I think I might have to destroy my breach ore to get rid of that.
2 or more. Do you have something that costs 2 or more? Oh,
breach ore costs.
What's the penalty?
Unleash, which puts 2 more husks in play, and any player discards 3 cards in hand and draws 1. Question is, can we?
You only have to. Oh no, you have to destroy it. That would.
Yeah, you have to destroy it, which I don't like the idea.
No. Let's hope one of us go before he goes, because I don't think he should destroy a 4-cost card just to get rid of that.
No.
If he goes, then fine. We can take the damage. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's not that bad a thing.
So
I mean, we've cleared out everything, so even if he unleashes, it's only going to be a couple little wimpy guys out there.
So I've got 5 or 3, and I can focus my closed breach with the lowest cost, but I think I'm going to need the 5. You can also prep a spell in hand to any of your breaches.
Ooh, nice. Oh, Jesus. this one, no.
And I think... Trying to decide if I want the breach ore or the scorious slag.
What's your total? 5?
My total's 5, so I could go for a Darkfire or a Feral Lightning right now.
Yeah, you could.
And honestly,
getting that extra damage right off the bat is not bad.
No, it's not. But on the same token, again, we're still facing an expensive market.
Yeah. And if you can get that 4 cost gem, then eventually we can afford the 6 cost gems.
Yeah.
The only way to do that is get the 4 cost.
Mm-hmm.
Tough decision. I don't.
And again, you can go either way with that. Just like you said, we need the gems. We need the 4 gems, 4 costs to get to the more expensive stuff. But we could use the.
Do you have any spell other than your sparks yet?
No, I don't.
I would get a spell then.
All right, I think I'm going to grab a Darkfire.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice. I think that's a good choice. All right, let's just have me go before the AI go, and I can take care of that jerky card.
Well, let's find out.
Yay! All right. I can, what do I have to do? Destroy this card?
Destroy a card that costs 2 or more.
All right, that's this one. I don't know where you want to put it.
Definitely not back in the supply. We'll make a destroy pile over here.
All right. Oh, before I do anything, I should cast my spells.
Yep.
Let's do 1 part for my spark. And this one does 1 damage if the nemesis is tier 2 or higher. So 1 more damage. So 2 damage to the nemesis.
All right. The Carapace Queen's down to 56.
Yes. And then I got 3 to purchase. Not a lot, but I'm thinking another feral. Get my feral back that I had to. And I'm done.
Right. And you got, okay. We'll get rid of that agony field. And we'll see whose turn it is. Back to me. So the only bad thing about that is the nemesis is going twice in a row.
Ooh, yes, he is. Back to back.
Spark will hit the Carapace Queen for 1. I think I'm going to spend my 3 ether and open my 2 breach outright. That way I can prep both my sparks.
Yeah. I think that's good.
All right, and we'll find ourselves, indeed, the nemesis is going twice in a row. So first up for the nemesis, Skewer. Unleash. Any player suffers 3 damage and discards a card.
Let me see. Let's calculate how much we're going to earn. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to earn 5 ether. What are you at?
As will I.
All right. I could discard a spark. I will discard a spark.
All right, so you also take the 3 damage from that.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
I thought I did when I read the card out.
I'm kidding. Going to 7. All right, I'm all right. I'm fine.
And once again, nemesis. Still nothing going on. And Carapace Queen swarms, so we put 4 more husks into play. That is endless.
She get these 2 from unleashing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she unleashed on her last card.
Yeah. Back to back sucks, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
It's brutal.
Turn order deck's been shuffled, and it's back to you.
Okay, well, we have nothing out there for her, which is the only good thing. All right, so I can gain 2 or focus my closed breach. Which do I want to do? That is a good question.
Right now, that would be your 3 breach you'd be focusing.
Yeah, but then I don't get that either, which means it'll be at 3. So the question comes down to, do I want 5 or 3? Unfortunately, there's not a single card that costs 3, so I want 5, which sucks.
Yeah. I was going to say.
We needed this gem right here to be a 3 is what we needed.
Yeah.
If that costs 3, then that would be a much better market. Not having anything on that costs 3 is really bad.
Yeah.
So it's either focusing. Yeah, but getting that extra damage is so good. All right, I am going to focus. How do I rotate this? There we go.
Holding down.
Got it. Yep, I got it.
I'm going
to rotate. So that's this card. Then I only have 3. With 3 again, I think I'm going to get the Mage Totem.
Okay.
So let's bring that into play. Bring this, bring this, bring this, bring this, and I'm done. And done.
All right.
Still didn't get to prep anything, but oh well.
Nemesis turn.
Oh no.
Let's see. Hatch. Place a husk into play for each turn order card in the turn order discard pile. We have another 2 there. So 2 more husks coming out. All right. Next card from the turn order deck. Back to you.
Me. That stinks. All right. And you don't have anything in your discard pile again. You're killing me, Smalls.
I've got his crystal there.
Where?
In my discard.
Oh, you do? Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I was looking over here, but yeah, I got you. I got you. All right. I'm going to take your crystal. Thanks. You don't want it anyways, to be honest.
I probably don't.
So 2, 4, 5, 6. That actually gives me 7, mister.
7's a good number.
7 is a great number. That could get us the Ether Conduit.
The most it would be doing right now is spells have what, 5 in them? 3 damage, I think, right now.
I could spend this to rotate my breeds. Right? And then it would only cost me 3 to open it.
Yeah.
And I can leave this card in my hand. No, I can't. Because I used its special ability. Which means then I could put my spark on it. Let's do that. So I'm going to use this card here to do that. And then with costs me 3, I'm going to spend these 3 to open this. Oop. I'm not sure why I have 2 of everything. I don't know why. I have got way too many of these pieces here. Okay. Then I'm going to prep this card here, actually. All right. And then that leaves me 1 ether, which won't do me jack diddly squats.
Which is always fun.
Always. Okay. Now I'm done.
All right. While you're drawing up, we'll find that it's over to me.
Oh, does that mean he's got... No, he went once. Okay. I was like, is he going to go back to back again? That would stink.
I think I'm going to use 2 of these sparks to take out 2 husks since the count's starting to get a little high for comfort.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Then I've got a dark fire that's going to go to my 1 breach. I can get to 5 or 3 and focus my 3 breach. Which,
5 is not a bad number,
no,
actually.
it's not. That gets us more firepower or more ether.
Yeah.
Mm.
2.
And you can prep a spell in your hand to your open or closed breaches.
Oh, I can. What can I do?
Prep a spell
Prep
to.
a spell. Okay, I can prep a spell. Let's prep a spell. Oops. Prep it there, I guess.
I think it'll be 5, and I'll go for another dark fire.
Yeah, I think dark fire is going to be okay. Except for, let's think about this for just a second, if you don't mind.
Of course.
Right. So the thing with dark fire is you're going to discard a card, right?
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, I am taking all your bad cards out of your hands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to have any good. You're not going to have any crappy cards to get rid of.
I think it's probably a feral lightning then. Not the.
Yeah, I think feral lightning would work better for you actually. Because I'm going to take all your crappy cards and try to get rid of them if I could ever get some breaches.
All right.
Bet you the AI's next. Oh, no, you're next. Oh, okay. You only went once? Really? That's good.
Yeah. Well, I can discard up to 2 cards in hand and deal 3 damage for each card discarded this way. If I dump 2 sparks and take a damage, I could clear the husk track completely out. That seems like it's probably useful.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Or a better idea, maybe.
Especially since I can heal you with, eventually I can give you a point back. Or 2 life back, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we do that. So I'll dump the 2 sparks and take a damage, which will completely clear the husk track out because now I can split the damage. There we go. So that's gone. And then that leaves me a spark and 2 ether.
I'm going to make the bag a little bigger.
Good plan.
So we can actually put things back in it.
Yeah.
Nordic Maelstrom, what's going on? Had to make dinner. Well, that's no excuse. What the hell?
Let's see. What am I doing with 2 ether?
Get a breach or a thingy.
Yeah, I think it's a charge.
Charge, yeah. I don't know why I have such a hard time remembering that. Charge.
And just to remove any doubt. Hey, look at that. It's the Nemesis.
Boo.
Well, we knew that was coming.
Yeah.
All right. Brood Womb for 5 health. If there's at least 1 husk in play, prevent all damage dealt to this minion. Persistent, place a husk into play.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That could be dangerous.
Highly, which means we should probably try to take it out if we can.
Yeah. Let's hope.
Anywho.
Nope.
The Nemesis. So Persistent puts a husk into play, which means now it's preventing all damage dealt to it. And the next card, yikes. Lay Waste. Unleash twice and any player suffers 2 damage. Once I put the card on the track, I'll take that. Since you took the last big hit. So bring me down to 7.
Okay.
Then flipping over. Nemesis back to back.
Okay.
Gross, but nothing we can do about that at this point. Persistent and power 1. Gravehold suffers 3 damage, or any player discards a gem in hand. Repeat this 5 additional times.
Greyhold suffers 3 damage, or any player discards a gem in hand. Repeat it 5 times.
Yeah.
Greyholds can suffer damage for all I care.
Yeah, that would be my vote. Fortunately, both cards have come out of the turn order deck. Both Nemesis cards are out of the turn order deck, so that's something. Over to me. Well, I think Spark takes out one of the husks, even though we've got to go through a wall of those.
Yep.
Let's see. We'll prep a Feral Lightning. Let's see. Breach Ore. Amethyst Paragon, which you can prep a spell to any of your breaches.
Okay.
5 to buy with, or 3 and focus my lowest breach. Which I could actually focus my 3 breach twice. Because I can use the breach ore to focus it once, and then the other 3 to focus it again.
What do you got? 2, 3, 4, 5. Ugh.
Or 3 and focus my...
Focus your breach, yeah. Yeah, you need to get those open.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus my 3 twice. Once with the breach ore, and again paying the ether cost.
Yep.
Just explain.
We know the AI's not going, so we got a little bit of time to prep.
Yeah. Over to you.
All right, my turn. My turn. Right. Damn it. I would have to I'm going to have to do. All right, so this is going to do 2 damage. No, 1 damage, sorry. So kill one of the little bugs.
Yep.
And this is actually going to do 2 damage. And I'm going to take a point of damage and kill 2 of the bugs.
Okay.
And then this is going to do 1 damage.
Probably going at another bug, I would imagine.
Yep. And let's see, I'm going to 7 minus 1 is 6. All right. And then all I have is 3 to purchase, which is not a great number again.
No kidding.
I am going to. Yeah, I think we take that. I'm going to take the fireball. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Done.
All right. And it'll be back to you once you get drawn up.
Oh, that's the way this game should be. All right, so I will prep. Oh, come on, you. Stop. Let's prep the spark there. Okay, let's see what we have here. So, I can destroy a gem or relic you played this turn, which I will do that. So I can stop. So I get to play these first, though. So 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to grab one of these. Then I can destroy this from this card.
Yep.
Put that there. Put this there. Then this there. And I'll be done.
Okay. And the last card in the deck should be me. And it is.
Let's hope so.
Let's see. Feral Lightning. I hate wasting 3 damage on a single husk. I feel like with a single husk, that's probably chip damage. So I'll throw the Feral Lightning at the Carapace Queen.
Yep.
Let's see, then I'll prep a Dark Fire, a Spark. I'll have to hold a Spark in hand. And then I've got 2 to buy with, which I think is just going to be another charge.
Oh, yeah, your special is to cast these spells and put them right back in your hand.
Actually, that would go into an ally's hand, but...
True.
So we'll shuffle that up, and...
Come on, give us a good one. That's not a good one.
Not a good one. Which puts another Husk into play. Then the Pulverizing Ray goes off, which deals Gravehold 3 damage.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
And we've got the Venomite, 9 health. Persistent, the player with the lowest life suffers 2 damage, or any player discards a prepped spell that costs 3 or more. As if we didn't have enough problems on our hands right now.
Well, that's... Yeah, this... Okay.
This is not going great.
It is not.
Over to me, though. Let's see what we can do with that. Let's start with I think we got a machine gun that Venomite down as much as we can. So we'll start with a Spark for 1. And then since I've got a Spark and a Crystal that I'll discard to Dark Fire to do 7 more damage to the Venomite to take it down to 1. Actually, 6 more damage to bring it down to 2.
Well, if I go, I can kill it because my Spark will do 2 points of damage.
Let's see.
You can always hope.
Yeah. You can also prep a spell in hand.
Ooh, I don't have any spells. Shoot.
I'll prep a Spark. Breach Ore to either gain 2 or focus my closed breach with the lowest focus cost, which I think right now is actually my 4 breach, because my 3 breach is right now on an open cost, not a focus.
Yep, I agree.
So I think I'll focus that. I'll hold the Amethyst Paragon in hand since you didn't have a spell to prep. And I didn't end up using it.
Yep, that sounds good to me.
All right, then we'll draw from the discard pile.
Oh my gosh.
Nemesis.
That was bad draw. I don't know what you're doing, but it's a better draw.
Put a Husk into play. And Venomite, either player with the lowest life suffers 2 damage, or player discards a prep spell that costs 3 or more. Well, we don't have any prep spells that cost 3 or more, so one of us has to suffer 2 damage.
I have to because I have the lowest life.
Oh, right, you're at 6.
So how much damage? 2?
2.
So I'm down to 4. Okay.
And we've got more minions. Needlemaw with 11 health. Persistent, Gravehold suffers 2 damage. It's the big guys that are going to start overrunning us from the looks of it.
Yeah.
And back to me, which means you're going twice in a row after this. Let's see. Spark to take down a Husk, I think. Even though we've got much bigger problems on the board right now. Feral Lightning, which I'll prep. Amethyst Paragon, which now do you have a spell in hand?
No, because I haven't gone yet.
Oh, right.
Still the same thing.
Yikes. Actually, I'll wait on prepping the Feral Lightning because I just realized that I can spend 3 ether to open my 3 breach.
There you go.
And I'll prep my Feral Lightning to that 3 breach.
Sounds good to me.
Once again, holding the Amethyst Paragon in hand. Move that over to my discard pile. There we go. Draw 4, and I'm done with that. And hey, look at that. Over to you.
All right, do 2 damage and kill that son of a bitch off.
Right, Venomite, go bye-bye.
And then I will do this, and I will take your crystal from you. Thank you so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. 6. 6 is the gem.
I was just going to say it's Clouded Sapphire.
6 is the gem. I was thinking about maybe getting some charges, but I just can't do that right now. 5. All right, and then I get to go again and look at all these spells. Fortunately for me, I can put all of them in one. Oops, most of these in one open area. Right?
I believe it's only 2 spells with Link. 2 spells with Link.
Oh, you can just put 2 in. Now that's just, of course, that is. All right. So, and do you have to put it in with another link? Two spells with Link maybe prep together. Yeah. Okay. So I can't just put it in with my. Okay. All right. You know what I can do though is I can use this
to focus your 4 breach.
Focus this. Oops, get rid of this stupid thing. Let's try this. And I will focus this, which is going this way. Boom. And that means I can prep this. And I'm done.
And we are shuffling the turn order deck and drawing the Nemesis. And Dispel. Unleash twice. The player with the most prepped spells discards their most expensive prepped spell.
That's me. And I would have to discard this.
Actually, it's me because I've got Feral Lightning. Oh, the most prepped spells. Never mind. I thought it was the most expensive prepped spell.
I was gonna say, how do you have more prep spells than me? But yes, you're right. Hi, Doug. How you doing? Yeah, we're in a world of hurt right now, and I told you I did not like this Carapace Queen. I think she is definitely not a rank 1. I think she comes later in the campaign, and you should have some level up cards in your deck to make things equal. I think. All right. Next
is over to you.
Me, little me. Well, I'll spend 1 to get rid of one of those little bugs. I'll spend 2. We can't damage this guy at all until we get rid of all these. This guy's just going to beat the hell out of Greyhold, but that's no big deal right now. The Nemesis is 52 hit points. Wow. All right, let's kill a bug and then we'll kill another bug. I can't take 1 damage just to do 1 extra point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I got this, I got this, I got this, and I got this, and I got this. That's interesting because that's 2, 4, 7 again, which I could spend to open this immediately.
Yep.
I'm going to do that. Go away. I'm going to do that. Don't you think?
Yeah.
So all my guys are open at least. So I just need to get spells now. Okay, I'm done.
All right, while you're drawing up, once you get drawn up, it's back to you.
Wow, back to me. How great is that? All right. Let's put a spark out. That's all I can do there. I can take your crappy gem away from you, or your crappy crystal. And I can just, we'll use you in a minute. So 3, 4, 5, 6. You also gain a charge because it's the first time I played this turn.
Delightful.
So 3, 4, 5, 6. We need some damage though.
Yes, we do.
I'm gonna prep this or get this spell for 5. I hate to do it, but I'm going to. Then I'm going to use my Mage Totem to get rid of this crystal. We can discard this, 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 and I'm done.
All right. And that's over to me.
Wow, look at that awesome hand. 5 crystals.
Totally game-changing. Let's see. Feral Lightning. And I think I'll take it. Actually, that came out of a 3 breach. I'll take a damage to clear all the husks out.
Oh, yeah. That'd be good.
Let's see. Then I'll prep a Dark Fire. And you said you've got no crystal, no spells.
I have 5 crystals in my hand.
That is a totally stellar hand, which means I'll hold the Amethyst, Paragon, and the Crystal in hand. And draw for next turn. And back to me.
All right. Well, maybe you can take this asshole out now. How much damage can you do?
I can do a lot of damage. I can do 10 damage if I discard 2 cards, and I've got 2. Actually, I've got 2 crystals. I could junk to Dark Fire.
Yeah, because that would be 4 and 4, right?
Yeah.
So do 4 and a spark and kill that guy, and put the other 4 somewhere else.
Yeah, I think it just
he's got 5 left, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's got 5 left. So I'll junk 2 crystals for Dark Fire to do 4 damage to the Brood Womb and 4 to do we point it at the Needlemaw or do we point the other 4 at the boss?
I think you put 4 on this guy.
I was going to put 4 on Brood Womb.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page there. The extra 4, I would
I think we pointed at the boss, honestly, because
I think so. I think we just let this guy hit Greyhold until it becomes critical. I think we're not worried about that.
Yeah. Then a spark will make Brood Womb get bent.
Yes, thank God for that.
And then the other spark, we'll continue working on Carapace Queen with that. Okay.
I think it was okay. I think that was good.
Then I'll prep a spark to 3. I'll use my Breach Ore to focus my 4. And I'll hold the Amethyst Paragon in hand once again.
One of these days, I swear I'll get a spell.
And it's the Nemesis. Gravehold suffers 2 damage.
Okay.
And we bring another card out. Infest. Either Carapace Queen swarms twice or any player suffers 4 damage.
Oh, we can't suffer the 4 damage.
So we swarm twice, which means we put 4 husks into play.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the end of the world.
The second swarm, though, is going to be any player discards a prepped spell and place 2 husks into play. One of us is losing a spark on a +1 damage breach.
Any player discards a prep spell, place 2 husks into play. I guess I'll discard. That's fine.
Okay. Right, turn order deck's been shuffled again, and it's back to you.
Great. 5 crystals. What can I buy for 5? It's going to be this thing. Boom. Done. That was pretty simple.
And while you're doing that, I will resolve the Nemesis turn.
So it's his turn.
2 damage from Needlemaw.
What's he doing?
And next is, oh yikes, Foul Multitudes. Husks have 2 life. Damaged husks heal to full life at the end of each turn. Immediately unleash, and with power 3, Carapace Queen swarms.
Yeah, that's right. The husks now become twice as tough.
So I think for the next 3 turns, we basically want to point as much damage as we can at Carapace Queen. At least that's how I would see that. Hey, look at that. It's me. 2 damage to Carapace Queen. Dark Fire to a +1. And you did end up with all the spells. So here's an Amethyst Paragon. You can prep one of them.
I will prep it there. Lovely.
And 3, which is an absolutely terrible number. I think that'll be, is that the last inner fire? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I've got 4 of them, I think. Well, one of them got destroyed, and I've got the other 3, so.
You want me to leave it for you then?
No, I mean if you can get it. Yeah, sure. Get it.
As well.
Absolutely get it. I don't need it. That's fine.
Which means I have to hold a crystal in hand. All these move over. Flip over my discard pile. All right. And turn order, hey, back to me.
Wow.
Let's see here. Well, I've got 3 that I'll point at the Carapace Queen from Feral Lightning. Then I'll junk 2 Sparks to deal 8 more damage to her. Let's discard this in the right order. Come on. There we go. Spark to my 3 breach. And I've got 3 to buy with, which is going to be a Mage's Totem, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's doing its job. It allows you to use the gem and then discard it or you remove it. So
or I sit on the 3 and plan on buying something big next turn. Assuming I've still got gems coming out. Because we definitely need firepower at this point too.
Yeah, we are a little low on the firepower.
I think I'm going to sit on those 2 gems then and hope I draw into more gems. Which, okay, that's not completely terrible, just mostly terrible.
And the Nemesis gets to go. Oh my god. I haven't gone in like an hour, so I don't know. I think my things are removed from the deck or something.
They shouldn't be. I think your card is last.
Jeez.
Let's see what we've got here. Blot the Sun. To discard, lose 4 charges. Power 2. Carapace Queen Swarms. Unleash Carapace Queen Swarms.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Don't shoot me, Jester. I'm just the messenger.
I'm not blaming you. I think this lady is definitely broken. I think she is definitely one of these ones you have to have an upgraded character with some extra. Maybe that's what that 3 was then. I don't know.
Well, I think my Legacy Magi took care of her with not really too many difficulties, but they've also got some extra tricks that they can use. It's over to you, by the way.
Well, yeah, because you came with an upgraded character, right? I can do 2 damage. What is our game plan? Are we going to get rid of these husks or no?
Probably not until Foul Multitudes clears. So I think we just got to try to point as much damage at Carapace Queen as we can at this point.
We're not worried about Greyhold at 19? No?
Not particularly.
All right. Give her some damage there then. 2 points.
Got it.
Then I'm going to prep 2 there, and I'll prep 1 there. And then I got whopping 2. And guess what I'm going to get? I'm going to get a charge. Gosh darn it, I'm going to get a charge. Lovely. Done.
All right. And we're shuffling the turn order deck once again. And over to me.
Are you sure we're not supposed to be drawing 6 cards?
Nice wish. Sparking the boss for 2. I'll prep an inner fire. You don't have spells in hand.
No, I'm all gems again. 3 turn in a row. I'm all gems. I don't know. I think something happened with all my spells.
I'll use 4 to open my 4 breach. And I'll hold my Amethyst Paragon in hand. All right. And over to you. Well, you're also taking all of my gems, which I think is probably contributing to being all gems.
4, 5, 6.
Don't forget about your spells if you're casting those.
Oh, yes. I suppose I'm not used to having spells out there. Oh, take all these back. Sorry. All right. You're right. So inner fire, 2 damage. Yeah, let's give it to her. Inner fire, 2 damage. Spark, 2 damage. That's not bad.
No, it's not.
All right. Then I'm going to do this. I'm going to do 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to get, 3 charges from that? And then I'm going to discard 4 charges to get rid of that card.
Okay. Because, yeah, we can't have her swarming.
Yeah, that will completely mess this up. So I will discard these. Oops, come here, you stupid charges. Thank you. All right, so I'll discard my 4 charges and be done.
Okay. And we'll draw.
I did a lot of damage, and I got rid of one of her nasty cards, so that was pretty good. All right.
Nemesis turn is up next. Gravehold suffers 2 damage. The Foul Multitudes ticks down. And our next card, Reality Rupture. To discard, destroy 2 prepped spells that each cost 3 or more. Power 1, unleash 3 times.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over to you.
All right, over to me. I will prep a spell. I will then... Oh, you don't have anything in your discard pile this time.
No, I don't. I had to flip it.
So let me see if I'm going to need the ether. Let me see. Hang on. 3, 4. She would bring me to 5. I think I'm just going to leave her in my hand then. So it's going to be 3. You can do something. Get a charge, yeah. And I'm going to give 4. Ooh. No, you know what? I am going to take her. That's fine because I need the 5 because we need the damage. So I'm going to get this spell. And then I'm going to discard my crystal because of my mage totem. And I will be done.
Okay.
Not great, but, every turn can't be a great one.
Over to me. 2 damage to the boss. Prepping a Dark Fire to a 4. Feral Lightning to a 3. And I think we need all the damage we can get at this point. I'll leave the Amethyst Paragon in hand. Actually, you've got a spell, don't you?
Do I have plenty of spells, yes.
Do you need to prep one of them?
It would give us 6 damage.
All right.
No, it would give us 8 damage. What the hell am I thinking?
The Amethyst Paragon for you to do exactly that then.
God, get off of there. Thank you very much. That's literally 16 points of damage I can do.
Except you got to be.
Wait, no, I can. Yes, I can. I can discard 4 cards. Yes, I can. Right? So it'd be 4 and 4 is 8, and 4 and 4 is 8. 8 and 8 is 16. I can do 16 points of damage. How much you got left? 22.
We just need to survive these
You
next
just
couple.
need to survive, Joel. Yes. No, what are you doing?
It was the last card in the turn order deck.
No, you're supposed to make us last, not him.
All right, that goes off. So power 3, Carapace Queen swarms, which means any player discards a prepped spell. I've got a spark that I can dump to that.
Okay, that's good.
And we put 2 more husks into play.
That's all right. We're still alive.
Reality Rupture goes off, so we unleash 3 times, which puts 6 more husks out.
Uh-oh, that's a problem.
We just have to, but we each have to take a turn before Carapace Queen swarms. Unfortunately, we're about to flip a card from the Nemesis deck. Any player places their discard pile on top of their deck, shuffles it, then destroys the top 4 cards of their deck. Then unleash twice.
I got a lot worse deck than you, so let me do that.
Okay.
So I got to put this on top of my deck. Is that
Yep,
what this said?
discard pile on top of your deck, shuffle it, and destroy the top.
My discard pile on top of my deck. Okay. And then shuffle.
Shuffle it.
Shuffle. Okay, then what?
And then destroy the top 4 cards of your deck.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hope we don't nail anything big.
There's my big gem, but besides that, it was not horrible. Could have been worse.
Then we unleash twice, which means we put another husk into play, and Gravehold suffers 3 damage because we don't have any more room for husks.
Not any more room. Yep.
And
all we have to do is 22 points of damage. It's over.
Yeah. We have to. Well,
I can do. How much damage can you do?
Let's see. I can do 8, 12, 13 damage.
Okay, so once we both go, it's a game over.
Well, I was going to say we have to go before Carapace Queen swarms.
Oh, that's true because we got to get rid of those too, don't we?
We got to get rid of. We got to get rid of 3 husks. But let's see what happens first. Over to me. All right. Crystals can both get bent for 8 damage, which, do we gamble that we're both going to go before the Nemesis does?
You gotta take the damage and get rid of all those little husks.
Yeah, we got to clear out some of these husks.
Yeah, you got to clear off those husks, or else it's game over.
Yeah. So I'll take out 8 of these husks. All right, so that's gone. Feral Lightning, I think we can do 4 damage to... Do we take out another group of husks? Because if she swarms, Gravehold suffers another 5, plus Needlemaw is doing 2.
That would be 7. Yeah, you know what? Let's play for the long haul on this turn. Let's try not to. I think we just try to spam out all those little guys, get rid of all those little guys as well.
Yeah. So I'll take another damage to clear out more of these husks.
Yeah, because then she's going to have to spend a couple turns re-energizing, and then we can just pound her into the ground.
Yeah. So Feral Lightning's gone. And the Spark, I think we'll take we'll just take another one of them out. That's probably
might as well.
Right, those crystals are gone. Inner Fire going to a 4 breach. Spark to a 3. And 2 from the breach order to get a charge.
You've almost made 1 charge. All right, come on. We just have to go before the... No? All right. It's all right. It's all right. Hopefully this just doesn't destroy our plan.
Doom Aegis. To discard, spend 7 ether. Power 1. The player with the most charges suffers 4 damage and loses all of their charges.
Well, that would be you.
That would be me.
That would be brutal. Let's hope he doesn't go before you go.
Player 2. Over to you.
Okay. Do we do the damage is the question. Or I could take this guy out, actually. No, yeah, I could take this guy out. Needle Maw, I could get rid of him. Do we want to cut that off, or do we want to do the... If I do 16 points of damage to him, he'll have 8 remaining.
16 from 22 would be 6, actually.
All right, 6 remaining. Thank you. Math is hard. You know, there's only three kinds of people in this world. Those that can do math and those that can't.
Back to our immediate problem.
So, he'll be down to 6. The question is, if he goes again, we will be screwed because this guy will be doing damage. Or we can play for the long haul and I can spend my 16 and get rid of this guy. And then we can spend a turn charging up again. What's this card going to do to us? Player with the most... suffers 4 damage.
Which would actually just exhaust me. Because I have 5 charges right now.
Unless I heal you first, which means I need to get 2, 4, 6, 8. I need 10 ether, which I'm not going to have 10 ether this hand.
There's
boy.
There's one of each card left in the turn order deck.
So there's one of us, one for me, one for you, and one for him.
Actually, let me double check that. Yes, there's one of each of us left in the turn order.
If it goes me, then you, then it's game over. We win. But if it goes him, then we might lose. So
we won't win because I won't have enough damage.
You're going to be doing 4, right? Yeah, but then if I go, then I'll do 2, and that'll be the 6.
Oh yeah. Now I'm having problems with math. So yeah, it would be actually 4 then 5. Yeah. So we'd still be 1 damage short.
No, 6. I would cast these 2.
Yeah.
Then I would prep my spark here. That would give us 2 more points of damage next time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
So as long as we go before the enemy goes, it'll be game over at the end of this round. Yeah. So let's do it. I'm going to go ahead and let's just put all 16 on the boss. Let's go for it. What are we doing? Let's go. We're here to win. We're not here to. But if that's if you go exhausted, what happens?
I lose a breach. Let me double check that. I know I lose a breach. I lose a breach, and then I think. Okay, here we go. All right. So if a player's life is reduced to 0, that player is exhausted. Resolve the following effects in order. Unleash twice. The exhausted player destroys one of their breaches, discarding any spells prepped to that. The exhausted player discards all their charge tokens.
Which you're going to have to anyways.
Yeah, which I would have to anyway. Then playing as exhausted players can't gain life. When a card deals damage to the player with the lowest life, it always targets the non-exhausted player. When an exhausted player suffers damage, deal twice that amount to Gravehold. This includes any excess when the player initially becomes exhausted.
What was the part about your spells? Will your spells go away if you exhaust?
If it's prepped to the breach I destroy, yes, they would. But
otherwise you can cast. All right, I think we're fine. I think we'll be fine. I mean, you'll be exhausted, but you'll still be able to cast your spells, do your damage. Oh, you know what? I won't be able to do my spark because I have to discard 4 cards to cast those 2 spells. So we will not be able to win this turn because I will not have it. I'm not going to be able to do anything on my turn. So does that change our mind? Do we want to not go after the enemy? We could go after this guy and get rid of him instead. Needle Maw. Grail's at 10.
Yeah.
I don't know the right answer to this.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
Because we know he's still going to go.
Yeah.
And when he goes, you're going to get exhausted.
Yep.
And Grayl's going to suffer 2 damage, and he's going to draw a card, which might be really good and really special.
Yeah.
You know what? All right, I'm going to undo what I just did. I'm going to undo what I just did. Give him back his 16 life. And I'm gonna do. Well, how much damage can you do?
Right now, I'm doing 5.
So if I do 8 to him, that will leave him with how much?
3.
3 damage. Okay, well, that could change things. Okay, because then I'm going to have to discard 2 cards. Because I can hold this for next turn. I don't have to cast this spell.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cast this spell. It's going to do 8 damage to him.
All right. So that'll bring him down to 3.
And then I have to discard 2 cards, which is going to be
Probably 2.
What is it going to be? Do I want to? Yeah, it's going to be 2 crystals.
That was kind of my thought.
Yep. And then I'm going to prep a spark, which will give me 16. I can do 18 points of damage. And then I will draw back up and I will be done. Now I can do 18 more. Now we can kill him at the end of the round.
But again, I think we both have to go before the Nemesis goes again. Well, we're halfway home.
Halfway home.
Let's see. So are we just pointing everything at the boss and hoping that you come up next? I'm actually.
How much does he have left? He has 3 hit points.
Neoma has 3 left. The boss has 22, and I'm actually doing 6 damage now that 6 damage total because I've got a spark and an inner fire on my 3 and 4 breaches.
But it would take both of them to kill him.
It would take both instances of inner fire to kill him.
Oh, you got 2 copies there? No, you only have 1 copy.
Oh, wait, 1 additional damage. Never mind. It would take both of them to take him out.
I think we slow play it. I think we take him out. What do you think?
Yeah, we can't afford. I don't think we can afford the risk that you're going to come up before he is.
Yeah, I mean, if I come up next, we would have won, and if we don't end up winning, then we'll be sad. But we gotta slow play it. I think.
Yeah. So I'm going to prep a dark.
Now we're set up. We're both of us with once I go and you go, it's a game over. So we just have to survive. How many times he's going to go between that happening?
Would an extra spell prepped help you right now? Because I've got my Paragon in hand.
Sure.
All right, there's the Paragon for that.
Actually, let me think about this. Which one do I want to prep? If I do this, that's only 1 extra point of damage. If I do this, I could discard. That would be 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I can do 16 points of damage again if I do that, but I have to discard everything. Okay, whatever. Let's see what happens.
All right, then I'll keep the spark in hand since I'm losing my 1 breach when he goes next.
If he goes, I still haven't gone yet, so sure. I could go. There we go. So we would have won if you would have went after him. And you would have done the damage and I could just swoop in there and win. But no, now. All right. So we're going to slow play this. Right. We're going to slow play it. I'm going to spark one of his little guys. Right. And then I'm going to use this guy right here and discarding 2 cards. 1, 2. I'm going to do get rid of the little guy, and then I'm going to do 3 points of damage to the big guy.
Okay.
All right. Again, I'm slow playing this because now I can prep this and brisk, and I'm done.
All right. And hey, look at that, the Nemesis.
All right. So if he doesn't go like 3 times in a row, we should be okay.
So I lose all of my charges, and I'm exhausted, and my 1 breach goes bye-bye. And then we still have to flip a card.
Yeah, this is
Unleash twice.
Oh, he suffers 4 damage. Lovely. Good thing we got rid of that guy when we did.
I was just going to say, yeah. So there's 4 husks, and Gravehold suffers 4 damage.
All right. So it's all up to if he goes again and then goes again, then we're probably going to lose.
Probably.
Okay, part 2. There we go. All right, so I'm going to do this, and I'm going to discard 2 cards. Ooh, and now I got all my good cards, so that sucks. I will discard this one, and that's going to do 4 and 4, 8 points of damage. Then I'm going to do 2 damage to him. And then I'm going to do 2 damage to the little husk. So that way we can...
Did you take a damage to split it?
Do I want to? Sure. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll go down to 3 hit points. All right, then you don't have anything in your suit.
Nope.
So I'm going to hold this card in my hand. I'm going to bring these 2 cards out, which is going to give me 4. And I'm just going to get 2 charges. I'm going to try and get enough where I can heal you. Can you be healed or no?
You can't heal me now that I'm exhausted.
Well, maybe I don't want to do that then. You know what? I am going to spend all of them. We'll do the 5. I'll grab this spell. Why not? You don't have your... you should have spent your charges. Then you could have spent the spells. All right.
It's going to work. And I was going to say if you could have killed him, but it's going to... Well...
How much damage you can do? You can do 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, you got enough to kill him. You just have to go. It's just up to you.
But it's over to you. It's back to you.
It's up to me. It's back to me.
It's back to you.
We would have won. Why didn't we go after him? Jeez. Holy crap. What are we doing here? There we go. 4
is a terrible, well, I was going to say a terrible number, but not completely.
Four does nothing for me, so I'm just going to get 2 charges. I'm done.
All right. And we'll see what we flip over while you draw back up. Hey, look at that. It's me.
Oh, look at that. We're going to win.
We are indeed. I'll dump 2 crystals for Darkfire to do 8 damage to the boss. And then a Feral Lightning to do 4 to bring the boss down to -3.
Wow. Excellent. Woo! I didn't think we had any chance. I am very surprised that we won. I'm very happy, but I'm very surprised.
I was looking very dicey there those last few rounds.
I think yeah, he's all set up about trying to make you go after the other guys, and if you get suckered into that, then you're in deep doo-doo because you won't do any damage to him. I think you were right when you're like around the 40, 43 hit points. You're like, let's just start going and hitting him. I think that was the right time to do that.
Yeah. And I think I might be looking at that too from the viewpoint of my legacy Magi, where they've got a lot more tricks at their disposal for passive damage and keeping the minions at bay without actually taking them out, where they can point more damage at the boss. And I think I used them against Carapace Queen. I know I've used them against Carapace Queen on the channel. I'm trying to remember when I did that. Gameplay videos, Aeon's End. Yeah, it looks like back in February of 2022. I think that was them. Let me just open the video here. Well, I won't open the video, but
and you thought it was a little easy, huh?
Well, again, I was coming in with the Magi from the Legacy campaign.
From the Legacy, which it's got several special powers on it, right? From what I remember. Yeah. I mean, every little bit adds to your power level. So, I mean, we're just kind of level 0 characters at this point.
Maybe
I think when you're going through the campaign, you go up against like the level 1 boss, and then after that fight, you get a card to add to your deck for the next fight to kind of help power you up against the tougher bosses. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So who else? That was the Carapace Queen. We got the Bright Lord. What is his game? Let's see what he does.
Looks like it's giving us something different.
Yeah. These are 4. Again, I don't know if that's like their power level or if that's their rank or difficulty. I forget. Let's see.
There's got to be a layout for the Nemesis mats in the rule book.
Difficulty of original Aeon and bosses. Bright Ward, it says is a 4. Maybe that is a 4 then. It says the Carapace Queen is a 3. Was that what was on her card? Or on her board?
Yeah.
So I think when they originally released the game, the first edition, they didn't have those numbers on there. So I think that's why. So yeah, I think that's like how difficult they are to play. I don't think that's is that true? The difficulty number is also on the back of each Nemesis mat. So that answers your question. But doesn't it tell you where they like their level? Where do we find their level? Level. I thought didn't they have different levels? Like there was a level 1 boss, level 2 boss, and a level 3 boss.
I don't know if there's necessarily levels, but I think when you first open up the game, they suggest starting with Rageborn as your introductory boss. I do vaguely remember that.
I thought that was maybe that's just the campaign. I don't know. Well, we'll have to look into it before the next session and see if we can figure it all out. Who knows? All right. Well, we did it again, Phoenix. We're undefeated. We're so good at this game. We rule. That's all there is to it.
Mm-hmm.
It was touch and go. I was about ready to pull the plug about halfway through this. I'm like, this is just unfair. This guy is just not. I mean, it was like Swarm. It was like Unleash, swarm twice and unleash again or something. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's like 8 guys he's adding.
Let's see which card that was. That was
crazy.
It was. Where was that card?
It wasn't like towards the end of the game either. That was like early in the game. It was like.
Well, there was an even more dangerous card that we had. I think it was a power that we had to stop.
I think those back-to-back minions were bad too. What was the chances of that happening? Oh my god.
I think the card you're thinking of is Blot the Sun, the power that we had to stop. Carapace Queen swarms, unleash, and then Carapace Queen swarms.
Yeah, swarm, unleash, and swarm. That's brutal.
Yeah.
Because the first time she swarms, adds a bunch of guys, and then she swarms again with even a better power.
And that, the unleash in between that puts even more guys into play.
Right, and even adds more guys on there. Oh my, and you could literally end the game because you could be like, have 10 on the board, and then she could swarm, unleash, and then swarm again and win.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how I ended up losing, actually.
Yeah,
that's that seems a little aggressively broken, I think.
Well, you just got to work around it a little bit, though.
Well, sure, if you know it's coming, you might be able to, but I mean, do you know when it's coming every time? You don't.
Not necessarily.
Because, I mean, it's a random setup.
Yeah.
All right, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure you check out PhoenixKnight channel. What do you got coming out? You did your Mystical Munchies the other day. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
Well, I also did today's Mystical Munchies, and that was an interesting episode. Let's leave it at that for now.
Oh, I got to go watch it then, huh?
Well, ish, I guess. But as far as what I've got coming up on the channel, though, in the immediate future, tomorrow I'm actually continuing the spring campaign in Arkham Horror, the card game, as the Waking investigators face their first scenario in a Waking Nightmare. Wednesday, I'm playing game number 3 on my 10-game challenge list as I play Mag 23 Guadalcanal from Historic Wings.
Oh, nice. You won't see or hear from me until Wednesday because I'll be gone. Did you know that? I'm going to be gone.
You mentioned that in the war room. I was kind of in and out as I was continuing my.
Yeah, we're going out of town. We're going down to the Keys. Sunday, we're leaving tomorrow morning. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then we're coming back Wednesday.
Nice.
So, I should be home Wednesday night. So yeah, you won't hear from me for a couple of days.
Well, I'll probably have a couple more blocks done in my 91 payoff pitch replay while you're
gone. How is your payoff pitch going, by the way?
I've got the standings right here. If we can, let's see how we can share.
Sure. Show it. Let's see.
So probably share screen. Let's see which screen I want to share. This tab. Here we go. So if we might have to zoom in just a touch on this, but this is for 1991. How's that easier to read?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
So in the AL East, we've got Toronto currently leading that division right now. Detroit's 3 games back of them. In the AL West, the White Sox are basically running away with the whole league at this point. They've got the second best winning percentage in the majors. Actually, yes, second best winning percentage in the majors. They're leading the American League right now, but we're also very early in the season. The NL East, the Pirates are kind of running away with things so far. 5 games up on the Cardinals. Phillies are not too far behind the Cardinals. In the NL West, the Dodgers are the team with the best winning percentage right now in the majors at a record of 21-7. Astros aren't too far behind them. The Padres need to get above 500. I'm going to do the playoffs the same way RJL does his. Top 3 teams from each division have to have a winning record or the playoffs get modified.
Huh. And so what do you this is like your first time at doing a series of games devoted to sports. And so as a newbie, we're going to call yourself a newbie on this. What do you think? How is it going? What have you learned from the process so far?
It's actually going pretty well so far. For those of you who might be wondering a little bit more about the backstory behind this replay, I'm doing this replay entirely off the channel. I was getting ready to do it on the channel. I had done a week of baseball testing back in middle of March, I think it was. I was all set at that point. I was just deciding the season, the system I was going to do, except I got sick in the immediate aftermath of that baseball testing week. So I decided, so it kind of let me take a step back, and I was like, okay, wait a second. Let's actually do a replay off the channel so I can get more of a feel for the logistics of everything, just to make sure that I also wasn't running myself into the ground during that testing week.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
That
so,
might.
I mean, you're this is kind of a, I guess you're looking at this first as kind of a test replay system to see how it goes, how long it takes, how much energy it takes, how much devotion it takes. Because as I said, these, if you're doing a serious sim research replay, it takes a lot of devotion to get that done. I mean, you're talking 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 games, depending on how you're going to do it. And, all right, I can do 20 games, 30 games, but it's the grind. And you talk to baseball players, and that's the thing. Like after 20 or 30 games, it's like all of a sudden it's not fun anymore because it's a grind. It's like, oh my God, I got to do another game. Oh my God, I got to do another game.
Well, I think what I'm enjoying so far, and you're probably going to think I'm crazy for this, but it almost seems like sports games are kind of the ultimate campaign game in a way, because you're really watching the story of the season unfold, especially for some of these teams. Like there's a wonder right now for instance, the Orioles, who are way down here. Are they going to be able to turn it around over the course of the season? Because we are still very early in. Yeah. So it's kind of that story that you're watching unfold over the course of the season.
Yeah. So what season is this? Is it 90?
This is 1991 that I'm doing.
91. Okay. I knew it was 90. I just couldn't think of which one it was. 91.
This one.
91 is a kind of a cool season too.
Yeah. And I'm doing this one in payoff pitch.
Yeah. And how are you doing? How are you handling injuries? Are you doing injuries? Are you not doing injuries?
I'm not doing injuries. Okay. I probably won't do injuries until the postseason, I don't think. And I may not even do them then. I'll enunciate one of these days.
And I just had a question and it just completely vanished. Whoosh. Where did the question go? I don't know. It's up there somewhere. Where did it go? I had a great question. God.
Somewhere into the ether with my love life, probably. You'll probably think of it as soon as the cameras are turned off.
Probably. We were just saying 1991 and season, blah, blah, blah. Are you using fast action cards, dice? What's your setup?
A little bit of both. So I am using the dice to resolve the at-bats, but I'm using the fast action cards for runner advancement, error checks, all of that.
Okay. All right. And are you using your simulation replay of the other games you didn't play?
Yeah, I'm fast playing the others in fast score.
Playing the other ones. Okay. And which sim did you decide to use on that?
Are you talking about for the feature games or for the simulation? Or
for the sim games, yeah.
I'm using fast score for that.
Fast score, okay. I know you were looking at a couple of them. I wasn't sure which one you decided.
I was looking at fast score or Downey Games Ultra Quick Baseball. I think I settled on fast. Well, I say I settled on fast score, but I think the way I can do that is by having both sims. It actually gives me a way to feature a season a second time on the channel. Because maybe a different ticker gives me a different season result. But once I feature it twice, then I will never do the season again on the channel. And I'll probably put some.
You don't play where your computer is, right?
No, I don't.
Okay. I was going to say, so you don't use like the replay software or anything?
No, I don't. I've thought about getting a laptop to try to get into some of that, but I'm not sure I want to put that much money in. Well, I could do it. It's something.
Laptops are really not that expensive, especially for a program like that. You don't need to have a high end, super fancy, $500 or $600 laptop.
Yeah, I could probably go on
for other things too.
I could probably go on Marketplace and buy like $100 laptop or something from somebody, and then just use that for my baseball stuff.
Yeah, I love the replay baseball. It's just such a good program. It does here's the problem: they don't have every season, but fortunately for you, they do have 19. They just released 1991. Actually, it was like one of the seasons they just did.
Which would be
that.
good. Which would be good if I do a full season of 91 on the channel. Which
If you do, yeah. If you're going to do that, then you can. What I use it for is I'm playing the game. I just use the program to put in this, everything that happens in the game, and then you can auto sim the other games, which is so good. And the other thing that's really cool, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but you can actually go and watch the other games as your game is going on. You can put your game on pause, like if another game's in the bottom of the ninth or whatever, and you go, let's go check this out. You can put your game on pause and go watch that game. You can actually manage that game if you wanted to. It's very, very cool feature.
That could come in handy later in the season when you're getting more into the playoff push.
Right, exactly. Because they're always, you're watching the other teams that are making a push and seeing the scores, and there's always, when you have a baseball day, right, and you got 16 games going on, there's at least 4 of those games that are they're going to come down in the 8th or 9th inning, one way or the other. Yeah. So there's always games to check out, and it's just so cool that you can go and watch the other games, and I've done it a few times on my channel where we get our game done and then we'll go watch another game and watch them complete, and it's some of the cool moments you get to see. Walk-off home runs, you're like, wow, we got to see it live. It's like being in the stands. It's so cool. All righty. Well, everyone, thanks so much. We're just kind of BSing right now to just kind of hang out. But that's I'm glad you're trying it. I'm glad you're doing it, and I'm glad you're having fun with it. As I've been telling people for years, the best solo game experience out there are sports sims. Sports sims are so good to play solo.
Yeah.
There is a lot of good, other games that do things well solo as well. But sports sims, you can't go wrong with that. Now I know you just picked up the app of football. Are you looking forward to doing a full season replay of that?
That one's probably going to be a little while because I got to put that on the channel first.
Yeah.
I'm still working on learning it.
I'm not even going to tell you what I think of it because you probably already heard what I think.
I think I've seen one of your rants on app of football.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There are some good points with app of football. It's just, I don't like the business practice of we're going to give you all these cards that you're never going to use and we're going to charge you an arm and a leg for it because, well, that's just what we're going to do. I just don't like that. I think, hey, if I'm going to be using 10 cards, charge me for the 10 cards that I need, not the 50 cards you give me for each team. How many times are you going to roll on an offensive lineman's card? Maybe, if you're lucky, one time a year. Like if he recovers a fumble, then you get to roll on his chart for something.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways. If it's a good game and you're having fun, that's all that's important. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right. So I talked to you about this offline before we say goodbye. Astronauts, which is Aeon's End, but in space.
I'm looking into it a little bit more.
I think you should. I played it the other night on the channel. It was, again, first impressions, I was not impressed, but I'm very happier. I'm happier with the newer stuff. Adds a little bit more variety and stuff to the game. And the characters are so much thicker and so much nicer. So I hope they continue going down that path, which would be nice.
Yeah.
All right. We're just rambling. So we'll see everybody later.
See you guys.